How are we doing, guys? And it's finished. Wolves 0, Arsenal 1. And I tell you something, that does not tell the tale of the game. Because I tell you something, Michael Oliver, you cheating, corrupt little bastard. What on earth have I just witnessed today? Absolute scandalous. And I tell you something, your cheating didn't beat us today, did it? No matter how hard you tried, no matter how much you wanted it, it didn't work this time, did it? That sending off to Miles Lewis-Skelly will go down as possibly one of the worst decisions ever in the history of sending offs. It was diabolical. And the fact that you've got VAR, you've got somebody to help you, you've got a second opportunity, and you still get it so wrong, tells you everything you need to know. VAR, toothless, you spineless little weasels. You couldn't stand up to Michael Oliver and you couldn't turn around and say you got that terribly wrong. Nah, wasn't a clear and obvious error. And what we will have to listen to for the next few days is ex-referees. Let's remember that, ex-referees. Your Mike Deans, your Dermot Gallaghers, your Howard Webbs. That'll go, well, it was the correct call because you're all sticking up for your little pal. That's the only reason why. You speak to anybody. I've never actually seen this much outrage for a red card from opposition fans in the way that I have this. Because they've said, you know what? For once, you've actually got to sit and say that Arsenal are right to moan. That is never, ever, 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 ever a red card. Ever. Scandalous. Absolutely scandalous decision. And then we'll make matters worse. Right? And I'll break this down for you and give you context to this, okay? In the second half, he evened things out by sending a Wolves player off. He gave a second yellow card for a tackle that was worse than Miles Lewis-Skelly's. Not a straight red card, a second yellow card. So if he didn't have the first yellow card, he was only going to give a yellow. And VAR turned around and said, because they confirmed it within the commentary, that a yellow was sufficient. What? Am I seeing things? Is this the same game? What am I watching? And for all of you that want a little bit of context, and the reason why I'm so angry about that as well, and the reason why it's so important, in the context of the game, what's important is 10v10. We get that. But the fact he's gave him a second yellow card means that Wolves lose their player for one game now, whereas we've lost Miles Lewis-Skelly for 3 games. So where's the consistency? Please weigh it up for me and show me. Where's the consistency? Because there's zero. This is the same Michael Oliver. Okay? I could bring a catalogue of incidents involving Michael Oliver. Already this season, he's been involved in an absolutely terrible red card. Let's go even back to, was it last season when Kovacic should have got sent off for Man City? Well, if we're going by what they're saying today, which is the studs, listen, you know where I'm going with this. It's just corruption at this point. It's just incompetence, cheating, corruption, inadequacies, incompetence, whatever you want to call it. Okay, gone are the days where referees would go there to officiate a game and it wasn't about them. It wasn't about them. You know, the best referees are the ones you don't see. Now, they all think they're celebrities. They all want to be centre of attention. Go away. Seriously, go away. You did not beat us today. You were not able to stop us today. You disgusting little cretin. Absolutely furious with that. And we lose Miles Lewis-Skelly for 3 games. But we won the game. Like I said, we won the game. And to be fair, in the second half, even down to 10 men, before Wolves, went down to 10 as well, we were the better side. But again, you've got to ask the question about Kai Havertz and scoring. And this is why we need somebody clinical. Because people talk about, you know, we might not be as fluid at the moment and scoring loads of goals. And we're creating chances. I can think of 2 real clear-cut chances today for Kai Havertz. 2 clear headers. One in the first half, one in the second half. Had a decent enough effort with another header that went just wide. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt with that one. It was a good effort. And we can't have this. We can't have the constant missing of opportunities. We need a clinical finisher. And then we're not sitting there biting our fingernails at the end of games. You know, we're getting a sending off just before half time. And we should have probably been 1 or 2-0 ahead anyway. So you're probably feeling quite relaxed even with that. But, oh, my word. It was so nice to get the 3 points and to shove it in the face of the referee. But overall, yeah, listen, first half, I felt our performance was patchy. I felt there were some really good moments. But again, it's just that lack of fluidity. Martinelli, I felt struggled today. Again, I said it before in my preview, and that's why I didn't want him to start. And it was because I didn't feel that there was going to be the space for him to, you know, exploit, because they were going to play a low block. And that turned out to be the case. But as we know, he had to play because Martin Odegaard fell ill overnight and had to be pulled out of the squad this morning and sent back home. It's just like one thing after another at the moment. It's like we get someone back and then someone's gone. In the first half, I thought he had a couple of moments, but he kind of struggled a little bit. It's easy to forget that he's still 17 years old. And yeah, he was the one that had to be sacrificed at half time. Calafiori come on, and what a goal. What a goal. And yeah, there was even this moment where I watched the replay back and I thought, oh no, Kai Havertz is offside. And he's poked his toe at the ball. And if he was offside, that would be deemed as interfering and it would have been disallowed. But he was actually onside, which was lucky. So it didn't matter. But there was that moment where you're thinking, can't really celebrate yet. But yeah, what a finish. What a finish. And listen, Calafiori, when he came on, he had a really good performance. I thought he'd done really well. Wolves themselves, they're toothless. They don't offer anything, to be quite honest with you. They had a moment near the end where we nearly got caught out with one long ball, trying to play off the offside, and it was Ignori that kind of broke and was the one that was running from an onside position. So, yeah, in terms of Cunha, body language looked like a player that doesn't really want to be at Wolves, if I'm honest with you. Even in the opening 15, 20 minutes or so, his body language towards other players, if they weren't passing or something wasn't right, it was kind of... And I don't know how I feel about that in some respects, because it's kind of like you don't want that kind of personality, but maybe he just wants to really get out of there. But yeah, listen, he's a quality player. We know that. But Wolves, they were toothless. Very, very, very poor. And I ain't really seen much of a change since they sacked the manager. 4 defeats in a row for them. So, listen, at the end of the day, we got the 3 points. That's the most important thing. The last time I looked, Nottingham Forest were losing 5-0 to Bournemouth. Like, where on earth did that result come from? Liverpool comfortably won against Ipswich. I said that. There's no issue with that. Next week will be the interesting one because, of course, Liverpool are away to Bournemouth. And the form that they're in at the moment, that will be a very tough game. So it was important to get this win, keep continuing with the momentum behind Liverpool, and then we can kind of see where we are in a few weeks' time. So Champions League in midweek, that'll be interesting. We're all but there. Even if we lose, we're probably still going to be in the last 8, you know, the top 8, should I say, for the round of 16 automatically, barring one of the, I think it's 3 or 4 teams winning and turning round a goal deficit of about 8 or 9. It's not going to happen. So we can probably rest some players, maybe Declan Rice, who looked absolutely knackered. And yeah, listen, Calafiori will obviously get some minutes, probably Kiwior. Yeah, it's just some little changes here and there, and maybe a new signing. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I won't hold my breath on that one. But listen, we got the job done. We got the win. Michael Oliver, your cheating did not beat us today. Unlucky, you cretinous little man. Yeah, listen, let me know in the comment section what you thought. And whether you agree or disagree. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.